Hello, what's up everybody? This is KG Unit Key 17, and I'm actually here to show you the next guitar that I was going to show to everyone, and this is a 2005 Gibson Les Paul Studio. And the reason why it's called a Studio is because it was a more affordable type of guitar, whereas the standard and traditional would cost you a lot more to get. And it was designed for the studio musician, that's why it is known for that. And so, this guitar is actually really interesting because just like my SG that I got this also off eBay, and I had to get the necessary parts for it as well. But the difference is that this guitar, I believe, stands out a lot more because if you look at some of the guitars that are in this color right now, this is a worn brown, or also known as a walnut kind of finish. It actually does not have the standard of guitar that you're used to seeing. So for example, this actually has a cream colored scratch plate, the switch for the bridge and neck, and as well as the pickup, the humbucker rings. They're actually usually, if not always, black, and I felt I didn't really like those kind of colors, so I purposely went to get a brighter color for it to stand out and be a lot brighter than it is. And for a studio, it actually means that it's just one solid piece of wood. So if you look at a standard or traditional, for example, you'll see that their colors are a lot brighter. That's because there's actually two woods on it. The wood actually on the front, so the top part right here, would actually be maple, and that's why they have bindings on both the standard and traditional, because there is just a small piece of maple on top, and maple is, of course, a much brighter, lighter colored wood to begin with. That's why you get a lot of bursts. Whereas on a studio, you don't get that because it's just solid mahogany. And just like my SG, they're both made of just solid mahogany wood. The neck and the body. And that's the reason why you don't see binding on this guitar. As well as, this guitar actually stands out a lot more, in my personal view, because I purposely did not want to get the same pickups as they usually are. A studio will have 490, 498 pickups, just like the SG usually comes with. And I was actually at a music store, and I played each guitar, a studio, standard, and traditional. And they all sounded different because of its pickups. The standard had a burst bucker, and the traditional had 57 classics. And 57 classics are usually the kind that top performers like Slash, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top, they're that kind of guitars. And what's interesting is I actually have 57 classic pickups in this studio right here. And a traditional would have cost you a lot more, almost $2,000, just for a good one, perhaps even a shabby one. The cheapest you'd probably get is maybe $1,600. Whereas this, it cost me far less because I, just like the SG, I bought only the body and neck and just got all the necessary parts all together. And the other major difference, besides the binding that you'll not see on a Les Paul, on a studio, is that the Gibson logo is actually different as well. So the Gibson logo will have mother of pearl on a standard or even a traditional, whereas the studio is just a yellow lining. But because my SG is a standard, that's why it has mother of pearl. I was slightly disappointed that this did not have mother of pearl on it because I like that on a guitar. And there's also key things that happened. This actually came off eBay when I got it. It actually had a cracked neck, just at the back right here. And that is actually the most delicate part of a guitar. So if you crack that, you have to get it repaired. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of trouble playing it, and it will easily snap off. So I got it repaired twice because the second time I got it repaired, well, technically the first time, it fell on me and it actually cracked again. So I have it glued up again, and now I'm always much more careful with this. I treat this as a firstborn child now. And right now, I'd actually like to demonstrate how unique 57 Classic pickups are on a Gibson Les Paul. So some of these songs that you probably may have heard before. And I'm going to actually stand up right now so you can actually see a clear view of how the guitar looks. So in this lighting, it looks like it's red, but it's actually not. It's actually a worn brown, but I'm not sure whether to call it a worn brown or walnut. So it's either. You can correct me if I'm wrong. So right now I'm on the bridge pickup right now, and I'm sure you all recognize this fine tune. Now on the, still on the bridge. You'll actually notice that when I play the SG, it has a much more clear sound, where this has a fatter, more mellow tune to it. And that's why I actually loved the 57 Classic pickups on this Les Paul. But now I'm on the neck pickup right now, and I'm not going to even say what kind of song this is because you already know what it is. So as you can see, it's a lot different if I actually had a different kind of pickups on it, but because I specifically wanted 57 Classic pickups, this is the reason why it sounds like this. And remember, no guitar will sound the same. So if I put this on an SG, for example, these 57 Classic pickups, it would sound much more different if it wasn't 490, which I have right now. And I would actually like to thank you all for tuning in. And if there's any questions, or if you want music lessons on how to play something, I'll gladly respond. And this is KG Unit Keys, signing off. Take care.